Part 7. The search begins. The rain had stopped by morning, leaving behind the scent of wet earth and regret. The house was unusually quiet, though the air still carried the tension of the previous night. Pastor Cypress sat in his study, his Bible open before him, but his mind was far from the verses. His heart felt like a battlefield torn between guilt, duty, and fear of what lay ahead. A soft knock came on the door. It was Inspector Michael, already dressed in his khaki suit, his notebook tucked under his arm. "Pastor," he greeted quietly, "you said you had something more to tell me." Cypress nodded and gestured for him to sit. "Yes, Inspector, I need your help. I want you to find someone for me." Michael arched a brow. "The woman you mentioned last night?" "Yes," the pastor said, his voice low. "Her name is Evelyn. I never went to her house, but I know her village somewhere in Auca, Anambra State. Her surname is Okafor. She bore me twin children, 2 boys. My younger sister, who had seen them once, said that they look exactly like me. They should be about 10 years old now." Michael flipped open his notebook and began jotting down the details. "That's enough to start, sir. I'll make a few calls and speak to my contacts in Auca. Give me a week." Cypress nodded gratefully. "Thank you, Inspector. I don't know how this will end, but I must make things right." Just then, a loud crash echoed from the hallway, the sound of something falling. The 2 men rushed out and found Fidelia, standing by the broken flower vase, her face twisted with fury. "So this is what you're doing behind my back?" she shouted, pointing at her husband. "You want to bring another woman's bastards into my home?" "Fidelia, please," Cypress said, reaching out. "Don't touch me," she snapped, stepping back. "You want those children to inherit what I've suffered for." "Never. Not while I'm alive." Her voice trembled with a strange mixture of pain and rage. "You're a fool, Cypress. You want to disgrace me before the world. Go ahead. But I swear if those children ever cross this door, I will make sure they never breathe again." "Madam, calm down," Michael said sternly. "You're letting anger destroy your reasoning." Fidelia turned on him, her eyes blazing. "And you, Inspector, you're helping him bring shame into my house. You think you're doing God's work? God will judge both of you." She stormed off into her room, slamming the door behind her. The walls seemed to vibrate with her fury. Cypress stood motionless, staring at the closed door. Then he turned slowly to the inspector, his face pale. This is not the woman I married," he said quietly. "Inspector, tell me the truth. Do you think she needs to see a psychiatrist?" Michael sighed, glancing at the shattered vase on the floor. "Pastor, she's deeply hurt. Anger mixed with fear can make a person lose control. For now, let her be. Once she calms down, we can talk about help." Cypress rubbed his forehead, the weight of it all pressing down. "I never imagined my home would become like this." The inspector placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Have faith, sir. The truth always heals, even when it wounds first. I'll travel to Auca tomorrow. Give me 1 week. I'll come back with all the information you need about your twins." Cypress nodded slowly, his eyes distant. 1 week, he repeated softly, as if praying the time would bring not just answers, but peace. As Michael left the house, the pastor remained standing in the corridor, listening to the faint sobs coming from Fidelia's room. The storm outside had passed, but inside his home, a darker one had only just begun. Fidelia is on call, talking to her mother and begging her to come over. "Why are you calling your mother? What is she coming over to do?" asked Pastor Cypress, who was eavesdropping. "Do not take this outside. We don't have a case. I'm only trying to make things right. Both of us can settle this amicably." "But you brought Inspector Michael, who is your investigator. How dare you make decisions behind my back?" she yelled at her husband. "This matter is not ending amicably, my dear. Since you want hell, I will give you hell. Do you hear me? I will certainly give you hell. Go out there and bring those bastards and see my true colors. Dare me and see." "Rubbish." Pastor Cypress could not say a word anymore, but stares at the woman in front of him. Fidelia's phone rings. She quickly picks it, thinking it is her mother, but the deep voice on the other end sends fear through her. She immediately hangs up. It was the blackmailer, Mr. Daniel.